hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, hip bars is back. Hip hop, SamAnt O'God. What's up with you? I done watched them niggas do interview after interview. They not culture vultures, the culture something they been into. So if you never gave them a view, I recommend you do. Cause when they question guests, they mess.
But at the end of the day, she was helping me spend that money too. So
Right.
Yeah.
Now your song Karma, did that have anything to do with that? That like the continuation or no?
oh no.
Okay.
No, that ain't got nothing to do with that, man. That's just that song actually has two meanings, man. I mean, it's about a relationship that, you know, most likely people always get into a relationship and you always hear somebody saying they're gonna change, they're gonna do something different, and they don't. So, you know, at the end of the day, that karma gonna come back and get you. But no, it has nothing to do with any relationship that I'm in today. That's just a song that I felt like writing. It was on my heart, and I just wrote it.
Now, you know, you're a brother from the Chi, obviously grew up in the inner city, dealt with your legal issues, had your demons, all of that stuff, but still lyrically, you delivered a product that was respectful, had some class, even though you may have been talking about breaking up, whatever, it still had a level of class to it. You don't really see that too much. And I don't want to go against every R&B singer out there now, but in just today's age as a whole, that message isn't being distributed as high as it was back then. Why do you think that is?
You know what? I think, man, for the R&B cats out there today, and again, you know, I have respect for all of them. Everybody's trying to be hard like the rappers, man. You know what I'm saying? Nobody is wearing that heart on their sleeve anymore. It's okay to be vulnerable, man. It's okay to be the other guy on the side. You know, some of these cats out here messing with chicks and they know they're the guy on the side, but they'll never speak about that. They'll never write about that. I didn't have a problem with writing about it because I always felt like anything that I'm going through is somebody else out there in the world going through it. And I think that's where they're missing the buck right now, is that they're not talking about what they're experiencing.
Stevie Wonder, man, could you talk about him? Did you ever meet him for one and talk about doing a cover for him?
Man, you know what? I met Stevie, man. Stevie is the most hilarious person in the world, man. You know, when I did the song, he told me, he was like, man, thanks for making me some more money. So, I mean, you know, that was him in a nutshell, man. But that guy, to me, he is the GOAT. I mean, when it comes to songwriting and the level of creativity and the songwriting ability, man, there's nobody who can match Stevie Wonder, man. People say R. Kelly's the GOAT. He's not, man. Stevie Wonder is the real GOAT. 25 Grammys. I mean, just Stevie, that's that guy, man.
You know, you say that, and we've had many conversations who the R&B GOAT is, and I've said R. Kelly a million times. When you say Stevie Wonder, there's absolutely no debating that. Why do you think he gets overlooked sometimes? Is it because of the day and age that he did it? Because you hear Michael Jackson, Prince, R. Kelly, this, that, but you never hear Stevie's name, even though he got more bangers and probably could sing better and play better than all of them. Why is that?
I really think it's because of the time that he did it. But I mean, the time that he did it was, I mean, he's an originator. Everything that everybody else is doing is based off of what he did. I mean, even when you say like R. Kelly, like for me, I love what R. Kelly did, but R. Kelly also copied off a lot of other people. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what we all do. But he's an originator. Nobody started what Stevie did. Everything Stevie has done has been original. There's no copy. I mean, he didn't copy anybody. He did it all on his own.
That's powerful. We should talk to Michael Jackson, because when you talk about some of the greats, man, I put Michael Jackson up there as well.
Yeah, I think Mike is the greatest too, man. I mean, at what he did. Mike too, man, because Mike was an incredible songwriter. Probably one of the best dancers we've known today. I mean, I don't know if he'll beat Chris Brown right now, because Chris is ridiculous. But Mike, man, to me, man, Mike is the greatest entertainer we've ever seen. I don't think there'll ever be another great one like him. But again, you know, there's no end to time, so we don't know what's coming next.
Absolutely. Now, you write for Jacquees, if I'm not mistaken.
I did.
You have, yeah. So the Jacquees is probably one of the new age, for the newer age cat, the R&B male, this generation, I should say. But he takes a lot of criticism, in particular from our generation, just because of the people that he's following. Do you think that that's fair? And how do you feel about working with Jack?
Man, I felt incredible about working with him, man. He reached out to me. He was like, big bro, you know, I really respect your work, and I want you to hear my album. And once I heard his album, I was like, yo, sounds pretty good, man. Like, and he was like, yo, but I want a song. I want you to write a song for me like your stuff. So I gave him a song like my stuff, man. But I really feel like the only reason he's getting a lot of flack is because he said he was the king of R&B. But I appreciated him saying that because it made people look at him like, yo, okay, well, if he's saying this, then who is he? Let me go find out who he is. It brought a lot of attention to him, which was a smart thing to do at the end of the day. So I think, he's moving up there on the ladder. He's going to become one of the great ones. But some time has to pass first.
Do you think they're ready for that attention? When he made the statement that he made, do you think that it was the right time to say it?
I think the timing was right. I mean, it created a buzz. Even the little thing he had with Keith Sweat, I thought all that was funny, man. I mean, it was hilarious to me that these things are going on. But at the end of the day, it did create a buzz. It kind of, I think that's what made this album go gold. I mean, just that little bit of chaos that he created.
Now you said in one of your interviews that you don't think the record labels were ready for the internet wave. Can you talk about that and talk about publishing now and that kind of how do you do with publishing as well? Can you talk about that?
I didn't get the question. I'm sorry.
You said in the interview before that you had a situation where you had a publishing issue. Could you get into that?
Well, I've never had a publishing issue.
Okay.
The only thing I could say is that the publishing game is the biggest game out here. You can sing, you can do whatever, all that, going to shows and all that, but the publishing game is the biggest game. That's the real game. So if you're a songwriter and a producer, I'm gonna tell you this. Let me put it like this. I've been sitting home throughout this whole year, and I usually go on the road. I made more money sitting home this year because of so many people listening to these records and listening to this music. That is crazy. I didn't have to go work. So that'll let you know that the publishing game is serious. So if you write and you produce, that's the game. And always try to write and produce your own stuff, and you'll be able to eat forever. Like I did these songs a long time ago, and I ain't got to work no more, man. I really don't have to work no more because of people love the music. First of all, you got to know what you're doing. You got to make something that people want to hear. But once you get a fan base and people want to hear your music, you can live forever off the stuff that you write, man.
So would you say streams, how it changed over from actual CD sales to streams? Was that like a blessing in disguise for a lot of people?
I think streams has been a blessing in disguise. The internet has been a blessing in disguise. I mean, first of all, we used to have to wait on the play on the radio, but now the streaming game has made a way for artists, well, not artists, but songwriters and producers to eat for the rest of their lives.
Powerful.
Yeah, absolutely. Talk about just writing in general right now. Is it different? The level of writing skill that you had back then, do you feel like it's dumbed down and watered down a little bit in today's stage?
It's super dumbed down. I mean, I think today, man, we're talking about how much money we got, how many chicks we get in the bed. I mean, I think they could be a little bit more clever with the wording. I think, when I was writing, and not to say we were the best and all that, but we just try to do things clever. And I always thought I was an MC, man. I always tried to be an MC. So I always studied what the rappers was doing, and I tried to bring it into R&B form. And I think, they going overboard trying to be rappers, really, for real. You know what I'm saying? And not enough singing and not enough being a little bit more clever with the words and leaving something to the imagination,
Absolutely.
Who are some of the people that your influences, man? I'm interested in knowing that coming up.
Oh, definitely, man. Stevie Wonder, Michael Jackson, the Isley Brothers, Gene Carn, Rick James, Alicia Myers, Teddy Pendergrass, Babyface, Bobby Brown, New Edition. Man, I can go on for days with this. Surface, Alicia Myers, Patrice Rushen. Man, there's so many great people, man, that I listened to growing up.
Any of these new guys like Trey Songz, Usher, any of those guys that influence you or kind of get you, your creative juices going?
I wouldn't say influence me. I would say, I can appreciate what they're doing. And Trey Songz is definitely one of them. Chris Brown is another. Of course, Jacquees, and some of the young ladies too, man. I'm not really familiar with a lot of the names, but I listen to everybody, man. I listen to all kinds of music. Be honest with you.
Absolutely. Now, your resume for writing is very, very high. What's the most challenging and most rewarding project that you ever wrote for?
Oh wow. I would say Usher. I would say the Usher "Think of You" record that I wrote with Faith, because at the time I was also working on my stuff, and I was like, damn, I really want to keep this record. But at the time, you know, it was Usher. He was working with Puff, who was a really big